चीजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
फिनिस्टा विंडोज, ब्यूटीफुल एंड ड्यूरेबल डिजाइन्स, इंस्टॉलेशन से मेंटेनेंस की लाइफ लॉन्ग कस्टमर सर्विस। आपके घर में फिनिस्टा नहीं है तो कॉल कीजिए।
Find Finer Finesta. Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools and lead with impact. Starts August the 23rd. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
हेलो बोलिए मैडम, डब्बा टेडिंग कब से चल रहा है पता है मैडम आपको? हम और आप तो जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था हमारा।
We investigated a shady advisory firm that has spent big bucks on advertising on the front pages of national dailies.
ये आपको बिल्कुल उसका ऐसे हल्का सा भी खौफ नहीं है?
मैडम एक बात को खौफ किस लिए रखना चाहिए तो बताओ, कौन सा गलत काम कर रहा हूँ मैं?
After our report,
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Left, Right and Center. I'm Vishnu Shom. I'm in the Israeli kibbutz of Nir Oz. It's about 1.7 kilometers from the Gaza Strip itself, which is directly behind me. And the reason we are here is because this is where the most horrific massacres of October 2023 took place when Hamas terrorists entered Israel. In fact, 140 terrorists entered through this particular gate. And what we've seen over here is 1 in 4 people in this entire area having been butchered. Their executions captured live on Facebook. 85-year-old people taken into the custody of these terrorists. Little children, 8 months old, taken into custody. Some made it back, some were executed, and they still believed that people over here have survived who were kidnapped, and people want them back into their country. A lot of the homes, virtually everyone, was attacked, set on fire. There was an 85-year-old couple which was hiding in a safe room. Because they couldn't get them out, they smoked them out by setting fire to this building. And there are many more such horrific stories that we see across this region. On this episode of Left, Right and Center, we reflect on the horror of what happened over here at a time when Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, says it may be time for Israeli forces to fully occupy Gaza itself. The big question, when will there be an end to the war? When will the hostages return? And as significantly, when will the humanitarian crisis in Gaza, the suffering of countless people over there, come to an end? It takes incredible courage to speak about what happened on the 7th of October 2023. Very few people confront what they went through. Mazal Tazazo is somebody who has survived the attack by terrorists. She was attacked by terrorists. She pretended she was dead, and she's alive now to talk about this situation. Thank you very much, Mazal, for talking to us. You'd come over here to the Nova Festival for fun. Yeah. With friends and to enjoy music and have a great time. But a few hours later, there was a terrorist who hit you on the back of the head.
Yeah.
With a gun.
Yeah.
How did you survive?
Wow, miracle. I was plain dead. And I have the luck that my hand also hurt, so I was full of blood. I don't know.
And you have a scar in the back of your head as well.
Yeah. Of course, I have in my head and my hand.
In your hand. And Daniel and
yeah.
Yokai are your friends, and they didn't make it?
They was with me. We was escape together.
Yeah.
We come to the party together. And there was a murder next to me. And it's crazy, like he only was 23, she only was 25, like.
They were friends of yours for a long time?
She's friend of me for a long time, and Yochai was like a brother from for Danielle, like they grown up together
Yeah.
from same neighborhood and stuff. So, and she was, only love and fun and want to do the world better like that. Help.
There was also this horrible situation which you were telling us about when they tried to tie your legs.
Yeah.
Could you tell us what happened?
In the moment, I felt someone touch my legs, and I didn't know in that point that this is a ropes that someone want to kidnap me or something like that. In that point, I felt only someone put something heavy. It feel like a sack. I don't know how to say sack havalim, like a
Sack, yeah.
and someone do something with my legs, and I need to play dead like that. Only after I go out from there, I get it that it was ropes. What's happened is it's another terrorist come when he messed with my legs, and I don't know what he said to him in Arabic, but they talk, and he come to check me, and after that they go. You get it?
But this entire ordeal lasted for many hours. How
Yeah.
many hours in total?
It was in total 8 hours that I was here.
So from the time that it started to the time that you realized that you would survive, it was 8 hours of hell.
Yeah.
And 8 hours
That-
when you didn't know whether you would survive.
You don't know where, you don't know why, you don't know how, you don't know anything. You only hear gunshot, 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 gunshot.
You were telling me that it was like a movie, but it wasn't. It was real.
Worse,
Yeah.
because I saw a lot of war movie, that you hear that that they are fighting. I felt like I'm in the middle of a war, but something that no one did yet, like that. The amount was crazy. I don't know from how they have so many.
And there was one situation when there was a policeman that you saw,
Yeah.
and you thought that it would be safe to sort of be behind the policeman, but you moved away from that area.
Yeah.
And the people around didn't survive, did they?
A lot of people, most of the policemen there was killed, and the policeman that I saw are trying to find, but I didn't succeed. So I don't know if he's dead or he survived, but I think about him many times. I remember his look, like he was very, how do I say in English? He don't know how to help me. Like he was very frustrated.
Frustrated.
Yeah, and you see in their eyes. So.
Then there was a fire.
Yeah.
How did that happen? They set the trees on fire, or?
Now also you can find, I think, in the media, in the Google photos of the road. They like, you have the road, you have the bushes, the little trees, and
Come, let's walk this way. Yeah.
after that you have the films.
Huh.
So they burn from the end of the films to the road,
Yeah.
and all the line. So you cannot, the only way that you can run is to the road, but you hear them. You know that they are on the road.
And the injury that you had, it's a deep gash, and you lost a lot of blood.
I lost a lot of blood.
Yeah. And and I can see that over here,
Yeah,
right?
you can see that.
It's
Now
right
it
over
look
here.
good. It was look very bad. It was
And
like
there were
that.
lots of stitches over there, or did the doctors put a lot of stitches?
They like that.
How did you get to the hospital?
Wow, I get late. Like I get to the safe place in 3.5, something like that. And from there until they took me to the hospital, I think something like 6 p.m.
One final question.
Yeah.
How do you have the courage to speak like this? What gives you that strength? Does the ability to speak out about what happened Is it a way of coping?
My son.
How
He's
old is
with
he?
me. He's 11 years old.
You have one son, 11.
I have one son, 11 years old. And I want to make sure that he gonna live in a safe world. And now we don't live in a safe world because we keep going in the same war. Like, the world don't understand that you need to go in Gaza and arrest all the Hamas. The world don't understand that we deal with against a group of monsters. It's not about land, it's not about nothing. Like, it's a fact that here in Israel we live together, and I'm like Israeli and Ethiopian girl, you know, like a black woman in Israel, get all the rights. And I have Arab friend that was here like a security guy and saved 200 people.
Yeah.
He go back and forth, save people, a lot of people. And they are Muslim.
Yeah.
And we live together in love and fun. So how do you say about Israel that the people in Gaza live like that because of us? You know? So
Look, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
And agreeing to speak to us. I realize it's difficult, but for me, the big takeaway was your fight to survive was because you had a little child.
yeah,
You had to live for him.
I have to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
To get a full idea of the extent of the horror of what happened on the 7th of October 2023, I'm joined by Ronnie Kaplan. He is with the Israeli Defense Forces, but someone who really knows a lot about the communities over here, including the community in this particular kibbutz, which was the worst impacted as a result of the Hamas terror attack. 1 in 4 people was killed.
Yes.
Or taken hostage, right?
That's right. Actually,
And this is Niroz.
that's right. 28% of the people were either killed or kidnapped. 64 people killed here.
Yeah.
We had before the 7th of October 417 people, and 117 were either killed or kidnapped. We're 1.5 kilometers from the Gaza Strip.
Let's walk inside. And this is the house of an 83-year-old man, right?
That's right. He's
What was his name?
Oded Lifshitz, and also his wife Yochebed Lifshitz. They were kidnapped from here, and he's one also of the founders of this kibbutz. He was a journalist in an Israeli newspaper.
So his wife was in that sound, in fact, was the sound of artillery that we still heard. So there is some artillery shelling that you can still hear in the distance, but that's him, and he was unfortunately killed, or he died in custody, right?
He was taken here hostage alive, and he was killed in the Gaza Strip. While his wife, she was 85 years old, she was released. She was released the 14th day.
Is she
of
okay now? I mean,
she's you know,
physically?
she's more or less okay. But you know, it's important to understand, Vishnu, that the people here were pacifists.
Yeah.
They were people that used to go to take people from the Gaza Strip. They let the people from the Gaza Strip come here and also sleep in their house. And this is the way Hamas paid to them. I mean, Hamas knew that the people living in this kibbutz are people from the left of the Israeli politics, and also they wanted to live together with the Palestinian neighbors. But this is the way they pay them, because the way Hamas is seeing things is that they are the believers, we are the infidels, and they need to, build a caliphate in the ruins of the modern state of Israel.
And this was a piano. He used to play the piano as well, right?
That's right. This is the piano.
And he was a journalist, you mentioned, with Haaretz.
Yeah. And this is television. Yeah. And you can find here with yes. Be careful. Watch your head. We have here, for example, the safe room. The shelter. People entered the shelter because they thought it was just a rocket attack, as always. Yeah. You can see here the bullets, AK-47, it's a Kalashnikov, 1, 2, 3, 4. These kind of shelters are also common rooms here in these houses.
So they were taking shelter over here when the terrorists came into this room and picked them up.
That's right. I mean, they tried to open the shelter you see, they will have here their beds. They used to sleep here also.
Yeah.
And when they were not able to open the shelter, they started to incinerate the house. They were asphyxiated, went out, and they were kidnapped.
So they were smoked out, basically.
Lot of smoke.
A
Yes,
lot of smoke, and they
yes.
set fire to this entire house. And this is just horrific. And you were telling me, Ronnie, about the other people in this kibbutz. Little children were killed as well. There were crimes on little children as well that we've heard about. Is that something that happened over here?
Yes, for sure. And also some little children were murdered in front of their parents, and parents in front of their little children. For example, this is the kibbutz also of the family Bibas. That family Bibas actually they were kidnapped.
Yeah.
Those a child of 8.5 months,
Yeah.
Ariel and Kfir Bibas. And the
A child of 8 months.
8.5 months,
8.5
yes.
months.
He was, and also a child of 4 years old, Ariel. And they were kidnapped to the Gaza Strip. And the Hamas and the Jihad Islamic said that they were murdered by the Israeli forces. But then when they came back to Israel, they were released.
Yeah.
In the autopsy, it was said that they were murdered, strangulated by the hands of the terrorists. And they were, how do you say?
The heads were broken.
Yes,
The necks were broken.
With the neck broken, and also then they manipulate their bodies in order to be seen as people that were in an army attack. This is what happened here.
And a lot of this was broadcast on Facebook, right? Some of these attacks.
Yes, all the attack was broadcast on Facebook. Was very important for them to broadcast everything, because from one side they try to terrorize the Israelis. I mean to put fear in the heart of the Israelis. But from the other side, to the west, to the Western world, let's say, they try to show themselves like the liberators or something like that,
Yeah.
I know that also in India, what is radical Islam terrorism.
No, we face the threat of terrorism, and so this is just a reminder of how bad it can be. But this was one of the worst attacks in human history. 1,200 people were killed.
Yes, and 200, and more than 250 that were kidnapped.
What has happened to the families who have survived? Shall we move on?
Well, they went to other places, and
do they ever come back over here?
Yeah, they're coming back, but some of the families want to come back, some of the families don't want to come back, but a lot of people of my generation want to come back and to live here. And our victory will come when the children will play here in these kind of places and in the parks of the kibbutz, and also the children's should play. The Palestinian children also should play in front of us here in Khan Younis, that it's 2 kilometers from here.
And you still say that you call for a peace between communities. I mean, Khan Younis is 1.7 kilometers away from here, right? Essentially across that barbed wire fence.
Yes.
But you want a situation when the children from here can play with children over there.
Well, when the Israel Defense Forces are fighting with the hope of one day coming to peace. But first of all, we need to dismantle the Hamas in the Gaza Strip and to bring back 50 kidnapped people that are still there in the Gaza Strip. As Hamas is there's no peace.
I just wanted you to come with me and to show our viewers. There's a gate a little distance away over here, and this is where the militants, and how many militants were there?
The first wave of militants is 140. They are
114.
140.
140, yeah. 140.
Yeah.
It's
in that gate.
Xavier, can you see the gate ahead?
This is
That's
that gate.
where they entered from, right?
Yeah, this is the first wave. But then we have other waves, and we have, in the peak of the day, 500 terrorists entering into the kibbutz.
No, it's an absolutely horrific situation. Well, there you have it, a look at the situation in this kibbutz. This was it was a failure of the Israeli armed forces, and they say this themselves, the inability to come in over here and eliminate more of the terrorists. But the nature of the massacre itself is something that people over here in this country will never accept, will never get over. But I think there is one strong demand. Those hostages who are there, they must be brought back. few kilometers away from Gaza itself, we've come across this graveyard of vehicles. Remember, 1,500 plus vehicles were destroyed during the October 7th, 2023 terrorist attack. Many of these vehicles, including this ambulance over here, were destroyed by the terrorists who came in from Gaza. There were between 8 and 10 bodies over here. All of these vehicles have, in fact, been collected. And if you walk with me, Xavier, and placed in this entire area, and you can actually get a really good idea of the nature of the attacks themselves. Some of these vehicles include the vehicles which the terrorists used, but others were vehicles which ordinary Israeli citizens had. You can see the gunshot holes all across this vehicle. As an example of what exactly took place over here, a gunfight. These were vehicles of ordinary people. As you can see the who this particular vehicle belonged to, that man over there, and it was shot through, automatic gunfire across. And all throughout this region, you can actually see so many vehicles. And I think the point that people over here make is that each vehicle over here has a story to tell. A vehicle belonging to a family, a vehicle belonging to so many people who had no idea of what was coming their way. Communities in this entire region have been completely devastated, and more than 666 days later, the sense of shock has to be seen to be understood. In this graveyard of cars, it's just a part of the process of telling that story. Many of the people who did survive the attacks know somebody who did not. Almost everybody will know who the hostages still in Gaza are. And if you actually take a look at some of the other vehicles over here, you'll actually see some of these were used by the terrorists as well. We'll try and bring you that in a moment from now. But that's a truck which was actually used over there with a gun mounted on it. But this is a sad reality now, one that people across Israel strive to try and get a grip on, to try and understand the extent of the horror which took place on the 7th of October 2023. It's a reality which will not go away from this country. And as we talk today about the possibility, because this is what Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, may be thinking, the possibility of Israel physically occupying all of Gaza, it's because of the impact of this that one needs to understand that Israeli decision. This is by no means to suggest that the humanitarian suffering in Gaza by civilians who have had nothing to do with Hamas isn't true or isn't correct. The humanitarian situation there absolutely critical. But for Israelis, what took place with 1,200 people killed in one of the worst terror incidents in human history is something they will never forget, come what may. Near the Gaza Strip with camera person Xavier Thomas, Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
Callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
Vanakkam Tamil Nadu.
Well, the battle for Tamil Nadu 2026 is open now.
After Chief Minister Stalin rolls up his sleeves.
And Vijay steps in as a star challenger.
This is a mass gathering, not for cash.
Meanwhile, a former Chief Minister, Edapadi Palanisamy, begins his fight back.
The big comeback campaign by EPS has well and truly begun.
These are all the ultimate players, and this is going to be the ultimate test.
And you know, that's why it's being said that after Kahuna Pyare, this is the film that has got two superstar debutants who are becoming superstars. But what was this faith that you had on these two that you know that shows on screen?
You know, you don't plan to make a blockbuster. You plan to make a good film. And that's what I think they never let me, they didn't put that pressure on me to live up to. They never gave me a number that we have to hit or a so-called figure that I have to open to. There was, all these trappings were just not there, which normally producers do end up putting that pressure. Then you make wrong things. Then you add a song for a shadi song, add a Punjabi song. All these trappings were not there in this film. They were like, just go there and make your film. Do this script. We love this script and make it honestly. And I think the minute that happened, a filmmaker I could just spread my wings and just go out, not worrying about a few. I think when you do that, you get a little more fearless. And then that's what got picked up by people. So I cast appropriate for the film. I didn't cast thinking. I cast what felt right.
You were saying that you are going to say no to him.
Yeah. But that's his fault. Huh? He was now you see, now that we can talk about the film, Krish Kapoor cannot be a timid, sweet boy.
Yes,
sir, how are you, sir?
Last time we spoke.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this guy? He was a sweet boy, and then by the end of the night, I could see the boisterous self, and I could see the Krish Kapoor who could stand on top and say, don't forget this name, it's Krish Kapoor. So I think I was looking for that a bit. I needed a spark of that.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India. It matters to India. And it matters to me. And it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivaru. Only on NDTV 24/7.
First, when Sayyara released and we as audience realized, oh my God, what is happening? When did you realize it? It's like, I didn't expect this, what is happening? Like that wave that hits you.
The first thing that really hit me, I'm telling you, was a month back actually, to be honest, is when Adi sir saw the film. And he saw a very loose cut and he decided the release date. But he was always, like me and Akshay were so into making the film, I think, along with Sumanna and all. Sometimes when you're so into it and you don't realize, you don't see it from, and then he saw it from a third person perspective. I mean, he was always super confident about the film. And he actually had this talk with me about how have we done. And yeah, we all grew up. I was in the 8th grade when I saw Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge and said I want to make.
Cloudburst in Uttarkashi. Villages have been swept away. Over 50 people have gone missing. Rescue teams are on spot. PM controls. Amit Shah, Home Minister, speaks to Chief Minister Pushkar Dhami. There's a massive ruckus over Parliament security change. Opposition has said that the voice of opposition is being muzzled. Government has said that only marshals were present in the House. NDTV takes a sneak peek into Bengaluru Yellow Line that is to be launched by the Prime Minister on the 10th of August. Donald Trump doubles down on tariff threat. Donald Trump has set 24-hour deadline for India. Donald Trump says substantial tariffs in the next 24 hours on India.
Presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
There's bullying and there's blundering and then there's Donald Trump. His latest tariff tantrum on India over the last 48 hours isn't just the familiar strong-arm diplomacy that's made him a terror at negotiating tables around the world. This time he has crossed a line and I know you can feel it because in his trademark cocktail of arrogance and ignorance, Trump has launched into India with a kind of public contempt that has stunned not just policymakers and politicians, but the people of this country. And that's where Trump has gone too far, viewer. And the reaction has been swift. For the first time in over 2 decades, the public mood in India has turned cold and hostile towards the United States and at Trump. This is no longer about tariffs or trade, it's personal. The India-US relationship, built painstakingly over 25 years,